A funny story. Somebody actually once pronounced my name Alex.
What?
Yeah.
Inquiring minds wish to know.
Was he foreign?
No. She was a Southern woman.
He has no excuse then.
Excuse me, I'm calling to confirm an appointment for an Alex Shannon. I had to say, hey, it's Alex Shannon. By the way, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehvies.
Oh God, you did find a way to put in Don Cheadle in there. He's fucking Cronin.
Yes, yes. So we are watching a little film that I have not seen in a long time, but I loved when I was a little boy. It is a film called Hellboy, based on the Dark Horse comics. And now that Gizmo has helped, Gizmo has helped out a lot in rearranging the server, but now that the server is fixed, I now no longer no longer know where all the things were when it was a mess. So I have to relearn.
Yeah,
but that's okay because now it's easier to get around.
Anyway, so are we set and ready to go?
I have to go over to Zitter and post up the link.
Question. Have either of you guys had homemade grape juice?
No.
I have not, no.
I had it for the first time last year. It's fucking good.
I'm sure.
Oh my God. And I'm having it right now. Oh man. It's really different in a good way. Something about it, man.
So if you're wondering why there's a Digimon here, Kevin suggested it.
Hey, I figured it would be a good way to introduce a new Photoshop gag that isn't just Don Cheadle.
Yeah. I'll have Rasputin from the Great Mouse Detective in here again sometime.
Yeah, Ratigan.
Ratigan, not Rasputin. Okay, so I don't know. I haven't seen the Great Mouse Detective in like 20 years.
To go up against Rasputin in Russia.
Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen.
The reason why we had Ratigan in there was because Vincent Price was in 10 Commandments.
Apparently my mom doesn't like Vincent Price because her family made her watch Vincent Price marathons at Halloween every year.
You know what? The worst part? I could actually understand that. Yes, I agree with you, Gizmo.
Okay, so we're gonna go.
So are we all set?
Yep, I'm ready.
Are you? Alrighty then.
In 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so interestingly enough, part of what made me want to go back and rewatch these movies is recently was a video by what's his name? A video debunking CinemaSins' criticism of this movie.
Was it the Birdman who did that, or was that somebody else?
You're not playing the movie.
I should be playing the movie.
I don't see it on screen.
What?
Drinking with Skeletons, that's who.
Hang on. Okay, hang on. For some reason, it's showing the...
Oh, Kit Kat left.
Oh, should we rewind?
Oh, hang on. No. Hang on. There we go.
Rewind?
I already got it. I already got it for him.
What is it that makes a man a man? Is it his origin? The way things start? Okay.
That's what.
So yeah, Drinking with Skeletons had some interesting points to make, and he even voiced actual criticisms that were legitimate with the movie. Like while the actors are very well cast in this film, some of them kind of deliver their lines a bit too flatly.
Yeah.
Look no further than near the end of this movie when Ron Perlman's supposed to be, worried about Liz and the way he delivers some of his lines, like no.
Yeah, part of that does come down to the language barrier between Guillermo del Toro, because he is Spanish.
Yeah.
And the rest of the crew. So this is a thing that I've noticed in a lot of in a lot of productions that have an ESL director, or they wind up with they wind up picking out performances that. Why are you handing him the gun barrel first, buddy?
This was World War. This was World War II, I think.
Yeah,
So, like,
Yep.
nearing the end of World War II. Oh,
Yeah.
and apparently CinemaSins criticized the fact that the Nazis were not being subtle in the slightest with
They're
their
Nazis.
presence, even though
Why would
even
they
though
Uh,
even though there has been footage of Nazis literally conducting operations while waving around the Nazi flag.
Yeah, they're Nazis. They're not subtle. They're
And
the
it's
least...
not like anybody's going to find this place anyway, because it's uninhabited, as pointed out by one of the guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of ESL directors who wind up choosing out really bad takes of otherwise decent actors. Like, Resident Evil. So the cast of that is legendary. The delivery in that game is legendarily bad. The cast of voice actors are not actually that bad. Like, Barry Geard is a... I've actually heard him in a couple of things where he's been pretty good.
The voice staff for that game aren't even, actual actors. They're just staff that happen to be working there.
Yeah.
And they...
Well,
and then there's Cronin.
Jill, actually Jill was like an Irish actress, I believe, and like the guy who played Chris, Charlie something or other, or he's been in some stuff fairly, actually not that long ago that I saw that was all right. But the thing was, Shinji Mikami, he's a native Japanese speaker. He's not a native English speaker.
Yeah,
so
he picked out a similar reason. And that's
stuff
also
that just
a similar
sounded
reason to
weird.
why. Yeah, and that's also kind of why Metroid Other M's English dub was so poorly done.
Oh my god!
And here's our version of Rasputin.
Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen.
CinemaSins criticized the fact that Rasputin in here looks handsome, as though he were this Hugh Jackman looking motherfucker. He cited.
I mean, if he is a
version of him,
like he was supposed
based
to
off
be
of the comics, and on top of that, Rasputin is actually surprisingly handsome, for a man and like him, and like actually look him up sometime.
Yeah, like you can say like oh this person was ugly, like maybe the standard at the time was ugly, you know?
Yeah, that's probably
like he was a hedonist or whatever, or yeah, sure, or but
man, the Cronin costume looks really good.
Yeah, a lot of the costume design in this film is top notch.
The production design too.
Yeah, if the armies didn't show up here, or something far worse than something far worse than anything in Nazi Germany, it would arrive and practically spell out the end of the world.
How dare you suggest that anything could be possibly be worse than Nazi Germany?
No, I'm talking about a worse threat.
You're Kevin, that's Nazi apologism to suggest that anything could be worse than Nazi Germany.
Alex,
I understand. No, I know. Oh, I'm making fun.
I get what you're saying, yeah.
But yeah, yeah. So the Nazis found that America had this cool guy called Captain America, so they decided to go straight to hell to grab another super soldier.
Yeah, that's not
straight to hell.
Straight to hell.
I wonder what the cosmology of Hellboy is actually like.
Yeah, there's a lot of actually pencil sketch designs explaining a lot of that. You'd be surprised.
I'd actually love to see it at some point, because I've always been very curious is on this because we have Hellboy in Injustice 2 taking on the likes of Superman, Wonder Woman, Brainiac, etc.
Yeah,
Batman, funny,
unfortunately,
cool
that is a
thing.
video game, so...
Yeah, I know, it's a video game, but it's like, how would it make sense for someone like him to actually go up
Ah, scheisse!
against powers like that?
Hellboy did cross over with Batman at one point.
Who didn't
Another member of
cross
the
over with
Wilhelm
Batman?
family bites the dust.
Pancakes.
You know, the guy from who made Saferus, who heads the Open Chest anime podcast series, is not a fan of the Wilhelm scream.
Why?
I'm guessing because it's one of the most overused stock screams there is.
It really isn't, though. It's like, just because you see it in a
I
lot of
mean,
movies doesn't mean it's
dude, if you want
overused.
to get into overused sound effects, the fucking... Oh, hell, one of our favorite ones, the Doom door opening sound effect.
Really?
That's used... Yes, it is used in everything.
Alex,
It gets distorted and changed to be all kinds of different
Alex,
things.
Seamus and I have been watching '03 Teen Titans, and we can't not hear you in my head and pointing out when Cyborg opens a door. Because
Yeah, because for those of you who don't know, the charge up cannon sound effect for Cyborg Sonic Cannon,
which is also the sound effect for this Green Lantern ring in Justice League.
It's a slowed down, distorted version of Doom's door opening.
I thought it was a sped up version.
Oh yeah, no, it's a sped up version.
Yeah.
No, they used a slowed down version in Ben 10.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Oh.
God damn.
Well, that should... Don't worry, he'll be fine. That's Rasputin.
Dust.
It's Rasputin. Nothing can kill that guy.
Oh, don't you know? He's been sent to another world so he can hunt down Anastasia.
So he can go found a vampire clan. Which one? All of them? Every vampire clan in Vampire the Masquerade claims that Rasputin
and CinemaSins
was
criticized
one of them.
The supposed fact that somebody missed something coming through the portal, even though it completely ignoring the big battle that they had with the Nazis.
Yeah, chaos, man. Chaos is a great way to not notice shit.
Also, Jeremy mistook
I love to see
the arm blades that Cronin had briefly for the quote-unquote blade nunchucks he wields later, which are actually a blade of Talfas.
Those are not the fuck. He doesn't know what nunchucks are. Those are tonfa blades. Literally blade tonfas.
Jeremy Scott is a guy who just happens to get lucky. I mean, how else would you explain him having 9 million in plus subscribers?
Subscribers.
Hell,
Curtis Arnott is one of those people.
No, by the way, he did not drown. He climbed out of the river with bullet wounds still in his back and died knocking on somebody's door.
I thought he died of like a cut. You know that how there's a disease where it's like if you get like cut or injured, like blood flows out more rapidly.
No. Well, Rasputin was the guy. Rasputin's the guy who was notoriously difficult to kill.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
I love this scene.
Aww. He's adorable. Who is the guy who plays the young version of Professor Broom?
Let me look that up.
Really good job. Payday is my favorite. Oh no, Baby Ruth, even better.
Baby Ruth.
Forgot about that. Hey, don't be hating on no Baby Ruth. Come on now.
It's not as good as a Payday.
Yeah, fair. It's not bad though.
Kevin Trainer is the actor's name.
Ah, Kevin Trainer. Okay.
He does actually look like a younger John Hurt.
You know what they should have done? You know what they should have done? They should have gotten Paul McGann. Nobody's here. Nobody's here who understands that reference.
Nope.
Okay, so in Doctor Who, Paul McGann played the Doctor that came before John Hurt. And I understand that joke would have made absolutely no sense at the time because that episode of Doctor Who hadn't come out yet for another 15 years.
Or yet.
12, or whatever. Yep, you know what? The CGI doesn't look great, but it looks okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I like
which is better
where he's like the only one that's actually colored in that black and white photo.
Yeah. Which is probably better than I can say for most of the creatures in The Little Mermaid.
Oof. Oh, big oof.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, the fact that was even a thought.
And I love how this opening sequence does showcase like the stuff that went on between then and now with Hellboy and the rumors.
Yeah, this is a great little montage.
Yeah.
Presenting him almost like he's
Batman or something.
Yeah, or like I was gonna say like he's Bigfoot, but yeah.
Oh, and they even made comics.
Yeah, and treating him like a local legend, like the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like there's even a point in the movie where Hellboy himself is like, I hate those comics. I never get my eyes right.
There is some I remember I've read a bunch of the Hellboy comics in the past. Granted, it has been a very long time, but Hellboy's eyes always looked a little bit weird.
And Jeremy Scott also criticized the fact that Moldavia exists. It's because it's supposedly there may no longer be like a quote unquote thing. People still would call.
Okay, so this is a movie about an immortal Russian man summoning a demon from hell to fight for the Nazis during World War II. I think we can forgive a country existing that didn't.
And also the fact that there are historical inaccuracies to our real life history.
Bro, you're watching a movie that's got a guy named Hellboy with a stone for a hand. That's the least of everyone's
My suspension of disbelief. I'm already on board with the suspension of disbelief for this. You know.
Yeah,
so I'm not.
It's an average superhero flick.
This is, and you know what? Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is the film that should have gotten all that right. This film, this film does not have that responsibility, strictly speaking.
No, it doesn't, because it's not subject to actual world history, unlike with parts of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones makes more sense because it relies on world history to make a good story.
Yeah, whereas Dial of Destiny was the film that that basically so the Dial of Destiny is a real artifact. It was basically just an ancient clock, and like people we know what it was for. We know where it was. We found all of it in one place that wasn't where it's not an unknown piece of historical equipment. It's the Dial of Archimedes, and it's just
in case people would assume that there was no way that one guy's corpse could create that much blood. keep in mind how much blood the human heart actually has.
Yeah, the human body pumps a lot of fucking blood. And like I've cut myself and bled quite significantly by accident, and that's just from like hand and arm cuts and things like that.
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away,
It's a shame he never returned for the sequel.
Rasputin,
No, this guy.
Professor Broom.
No, Manning.
Ah, okay.
So out of place, and yet he fits so well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how CinemaSins could have missed the idea that the fact that Professor Broom was at the hospital before
Yeah.
What was it?
or
Cancer?
since yeah, it was cancer.
You see, I never got that as a kid. I thought he was just literally sick because he's old.
I mean, they talked about like his liver, his spine and whatnot.
Yeah, but as a kid, you don't really pay attention to that stuff
Yeah.
unless you're really into Hellboy or have multiple watchings.
I viewed this a couple times before. Funnily enough, of the guy I was talking about made mention of a high-ranking member of the FBI actually being on a talk show in
Mhm.
real life.
Yeah,
And we have Jeffrey
I've actually seen
and
some stuff like that where they get it
I forget what the actor's name is, but I know him as Neptune in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
ooh.
No, it's Jeffrey something.
Is it
Jeffrey
Jeffrey Combs?
Tambor.
Oh, Jeffrey
No, Jeffrey.
Tambor?
Yeah,
Why does
Jeffrey
anybody not
Tambor.
fall down?
Hi,
Jeffrey
John.
Jeffrey Tambor.
What'd you say? Hi, what?
He was the butler for the Sorry, he was the
John!
neighbor. He was the neighbor of the Ropers on the
Yeah,
Ropers.
speaking of a character that
George Bluth on Arrested Development.
speaking of a character that we kind of missed for the sequel, John Myers.
I didn't mind him. I liked how
Yeah,
he
he
used
was
the fish out
fine.
of
I know.
water.
Yeah, he was fine. I kind of wish he was in the sequel, but it was
Yeah,
just like
he was pretty much like the Agent J in Men in Black. He's like the guy out from the outside using his know-how of the human world to help out with the aliens.
and he is played by Rupert Evans. Man was in his 20s when he did this movie.
Clearly, man, he was young.
So I could certainly see why a guy like him would have probably been a huge fan of something like this.
Ugh.
Why why are they green?
They're rotten.
Boiled rotten eggs. Okay.
That's literally the only way he's able to
Turn
eat
the
them in there.
pages, please, if you don't
Blip.
mind.
Blip. Blip.
Literally.
Hi,
Blip.
Abe.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Abe Sapien,
Turn
who
the page.
is
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Abe Sapien, portrayed by Doug Jones, but is voiced by David Hyde Pierce only in this movie. Because Doug Jones actually did a really good job of actually playing the character in the second film.
Too bad nobody really tried delving into more Hellboy games than what we already got. Like, I think there was only like 3 made, kind of counting the one that's being released. like what the PlayStation 1 was and controls. The second one was like a 3D.
Wait,
like
what time are you guys at?
Let's see. Okay, so that is... Hang on.
Oh yeah, that's how
Netflix is not being helpful right now. Hang on. Okay. Ha! Haha. So...
Wow, you guys are very far ahead of me.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
I think it's because...
in more ways than one.
You might want to pause a bit before I can get caught up.
Okay, what timestamp are you at?
I can't get that. I am... Oh, right.
Yeah,
23:04, 5, 6.
Okay. Hey, so we are at approximately...
Okay, it must be because I'm watching...
Okay, we're at 22:50.
I think it's because you're watching the director's cut.
Is it?
All right, no, I'm watching the director's cut.
Oh, I didn't know there were multiple cuts of the film.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I would have had us watching the director's cut if I'd known that.
Sorry, I didn't.
Well, this is Netflix, and this is a streaming service, so they're not going to give you that option.
Hang on. They might give me that option. So I guess we're paused for the moment now.
In the meantime, I'm going to refill on my grape juice. I'll be back. My ass.
Okay, apparently not.
Okay, hey, I'm almost there.
So you're at 22:50 now?
No, I'm at the part where they're opening up the door, so you can resume.
Okay, hang on. So we're paused right now. I'm gonna hit the restroom real quick. Sorry to the 3 people who are watching this over on Twitch. Usually much more organized than this.
Yeah, sorry, my Blu-ray only comes with the director's cut.
I have Hellboy on Blu-ray. I was just watching it off of Netflix because it was going to be easier to get it streamed for the others. I don't know. I guess you could probably just watch along with us in the
I'm back
now.
I'm back.
I'm just gonna watch it off my Blu-ray. Okay, for now.
Yeah, I was just saying into Kevin, like I would have if I'd have known that there was.
Yeah, just keep. All right, just keep going.
Multiple cuts. It's an intervention.
Hang on, we're live, dude.
All
right. 3, 2, 1.
He was like, "You thought that was weird?"
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
And I love how this is actually well established, but yet Jeremy questions why a Hellboy would be trying to save a thing of cats later on in the movie.
Didn't we?
There you go.
And here's the legend himself, Ron Perlman.
Oh yeah.
Completely irreplaceable.
Yes.
He forever cemented the way people thought of Hellboy.
And Slade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Say,
That's an
yeah,
animation though. This is live action.
his
can no
political
longer.
takes may be horse shit, but
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he is a hell of a good actor.
I remember saying that, they had Idris Elba and Ron Perlman as basically nothing support characters in Pacific Rim, and they should have been the main characters, man. I don't want to see those young kids being the heroes. I want to see Ron Perlman and Idris Elba kicking ass.
What, like as the aging pilots that still got some spirit left in them?
Yeah, man.
That would have been awesome.
Like you got like a new generation of pilots coming in, but you got the older guys as are still sticking around and they're kind of learning and how to deal with the new tech and the.
You know how long it takes Ron Perlman to put on that makeup?
Hours.
6 hours.
4 hours to put on, 4 hours to take off.
I believe it.
I believe that.
He actually went and visited a kid with leukemia dressed like that.
Oh man.
I heard about that. Yeah, that was awesome. Any guy who's willing to dress up as the character they're known as, and just to visit a sick kid, that they're a good guy in my book.
Some people don't like this cover of Red Right Hand.
Red right. Well, I mean, he's got a red right hand.
Yeah, and Jeremy thought that when he saw this, he thought it was like something that was similar to what Scream does.
Yeah.
And completely missing the point that it would make sense for a movie with Hellboy, who has a big red stone gauntlet for a hand, to have Red Right Hand on there. And he also criticized Hellboy for not being a type that doesn't take hints.
Bruh, that's supposed to be
it's a character flaw, not something wrong with the film.
Also, it's just a little jab that he says. Like, oh, why don't you calm down? I don't do calm.
Yeah, it's just part of his.
But like, that's just a little quip.
It's just part of his character. It's nothing more.
Can we also appreciate the fact that he decided to do like a samurai ponytail on the
yeah.
I like that. It's almost as if he was inspired by samurai or something, or he admires their way of honor.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying about Pacific Rim, and they could have been teaching the new pilots it's the ins and outs and teaching have the while they're trying to learn how to use the new tech and shit, and then the end of the film they all team up and get together and kick some fucking ass. Instead, it was just a rip-off of Top Gun and then a rip-off of End of Evangelion.
I'll send you the video that I was talking about in regards to the CinemaSins thing.
I'd be interested in looking at that, because I remember not being happy with the CinemaSins video on this movie when it came out.
Stopped watching CinemaSins years ago, man. They're just so uptight, high horse motherfucks.
So hell, they redid Dark Knight, and it only was worse than the actual.
Everything's
the original.
Everything is problematic. Everything is this. Everything is
that.
So,
would you believe that I have a triple feature Blu-ray pack featuring this movie, the original Ghost Rider, and of all things, the Green Hornet?
No, what the fuck is that combination?
You poor thing. The fact that you actually have that movie.
I got that pack for this film and Ghost Rider. I didn't care too much about Green Hornet.
Green Hornet. That doesn't even
and it's
thematic wise.
I have seen
Sony
Green
film.
Hornet, and it's
Sony film based on a comic book.
fucking I don't care. No, it still don't make no sense just because you're from Sony.
Okay, so how do we feel about the monster known as Samael?
I think it's clever. He's literally dealing with something that figuratively cannot die instead of literally cannot die. I like that. I like the design too.
Yeah, this is a really neat design, and with effects on par with Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
The issue is that this movie had some very stiff. This movie and its set in the second movie had some very stiff competition. Like this movie had to actually compete with Spider-Man 2 and whatnot.
It succeeded, didn't it?
Not really. No, it actually.
Yeah, Sony didn't exactly do this movie any favors with how they put it out there, because it took me until like, yeah, it was like the year after this film came out that I actually heard about it. My uncle had it on DVD and we watched it together. Or like, he said, hey, come over to our place and we'll watch Hellboy, and we watched it with him and my aunt, and we saw that and read some of the comics and stuff. And
what do you think of Hellboy's gun?
Oh, I love that giant gun.
I love that big fuck off gun he's got.
You know, the funny thing is that I think Devil May Cry's Nero actually it has a similar type of revolver, but obviously his has two barrels, not the fact that his
it's as if they made Dirty Harry's gun digivolve.
Yeah. And people said Nero was lame from the word go. I'm like, this dude drop kicked Dante at the start of Devil May Cry 4. Or like, come on.
Also, he got some pussy before Dante ever did.
Yeah. And so did Virgil. Nero's living proof of that. Okay, that didn't age so well.
What?
How Hellboy's like thrown through multiple objects.
How did that?
He's just like, ugh. It looks more like he's being pulled by wires, opposed to, actually being forcibly tossed back.
I mean, these are demons at the end of the day. For all you know, they had some sort of magic in that push.
Yeah, but the thing is that what's supposed to be conveyed is that he was hit so hard that he was sent flying. Like there wasn't really any magic in there. They would have had some kind of visual to convey that there was like some kind of magic there.
I never understood how that thing worked. Oh God.
Oh, it's a leech.
So, so Jeremy also criticized as John Mayer for supposedly being useless, even though he's actively been trying to help out and whatnot.
Hey, at least he's trying to help.
Right. I still don't know how that works. Like a bullet like that where you crack it like a goddamn glow stick.
It reminds me so much of Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, and they could theoretically get away with the alibi that John is going to try to use here.
It's just a costume party. It's just a costume party. Damn it, you dead at Optimus Prime. You're ruining our relationships with the Cybertronians. Hellboy, you can't keep doing this. The Autobots are our friends.
Cybertronians. Kill them all.
Hellboy, I think jumping over the traffic might be easier.
Same Frogger. How does an FBI agent get caught in traffic like that?
Eat your heart out, Wonder Woman. Written and directed by Zack Snyder. Oh, dude, I think we found a new pet.
Mikey, how many times do we have to tell you not to go investigating weird things?
Looks like Slimer is on bath salts
Dude,
again.
it's the sewers. I don't really think we have a choice.
Mikey, there's always a choice.
Luigi's on that paint thinner again, I see.
And Michael Ironside is currently running that train into the ground.
God damn it! No! No, 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 no! No! None of that.
You won't win today, General Katana. Oh, god damn it, I'm trying to help you.
Ow! Ow!
Ow!
Ow!
He lost his head. The fact he follows them down is kind of funny. Hey, look, a liquor. Wait a minute.
I dislocated the jaw just like King Kong did, but it doesn't work.
Oh, God. You gotta wonder if that was his real reaction when that shit went on his face.
Well, if something can't die, set it on fire.
Bro,
I wonder if
that's better. I was gonna say.
I get that they have I get that they have he probably has nerve endings on his right hand. And it's likely that I kind of believe that it's likely he can't really, feel anything, any form of pain on there or whatnot. Because it's like he can feel it there, but he can't
Oh yeah, it is kind of supposed to be made out of stone, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like made out of flesh and blood. He may have nerves there, but it's not, designed to hurt him if it were to ever take damage. Also,
never trust a clown with Bud Light.
Also, Jeremy Scott criticizes the fact that Nazis he's here listening to opera music, especially Wagner, which is, a common thing.
And Hellboy, how much of a pussy are you? You're gonna be drinking Bud Light and not full on Budweiser.
That was a real thing.
Yeah, it was. It's like Jeremy
Hitler
criticized
played
it because
Valkyrie in the fucking Reichstag.
And Jeremy criticized it just for the quote unquote villain listens to opera music cliche.
Like I understand that I understand the sins are not entirely serious, but
now they aren't.
Like you gotta. It'd be so much easier. Be so much easier if they had like a serious criticism counter and a joke counter.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
You know they're not going to do that.
No, they won't. They've been doing this for 12 years now. 11 years.
There's There's 2
12 years
more of
too
them.
long.
Meanwhile,
Look, he's our guest. He's our guest. He's our guest. Fuck the both of you for not getting that.
Oh, I know. I just wasn't
I
laughing.
wonder if that couple is gonna notice that their beer or stash is missing.
Yeah. Thank you, Fishman. We could probably tell that by the fact that they left one of their blades behind.
Oh, jeez.
It won't mean
Jeez, this is
anybody could have
another.
had that.
Oh, jeez, this is another director's cut thing. And because I'm at the scene where Liz is talking with Hellboy.
Who just got out?
Oh no, Kevin's coming into and exiting the stream.
Ah, okay. I wonder if Lupin the Third would have stood a chance against Cronin.
Ninjas.
Yes, he would have.
That seems like an incredibly inefficient method of getting down from a wall.
Ninja pizza. Ninja pizza? Pizza vanished without trace. Ah.
I'm surprised there's never been an MCU crossover or a Marvel crossover between Hellboy, where Captain America found Rasputin doing that shit out there, but I'll bet you they'd never wind up being able to make a deal with Dark Horse for that.
No,
Because of all that stupid shit Marvel does with ownership rights.
that
Mo
fucking
Shinderu.
CG. That CG is so fucking funny. I just realized until now that they slid way too fast.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, Jeremy thinks that the guards are just standing there instead of shooting him because they wanted to recreate that scene from Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Fucking idiot.
I'm sorry if I keep bringing up Jeremy Scott's bit it's in there, but if it wasn't for that one guy's criticism of his video on that, I would have probably not had the investment to actually go and get this movie.
Hey.
Because I have seen bits and pieces of it. It's just, I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah. It's a good movie. It's worth watching. Anything to
Yeah,
get anything to get you into it, man. It's like I saw a clip of Equilibrium on Facebook of all places, so I went ahead and got
Movie Bob actually did talk about how Equilibrium was like a better version of the Hunger Games.
Okay, so Movie Bob's not entirely wrong about that, but only if you're talking about the movies. The world of Equilibrium isn't as fleshed out as the Hunger Games is in the books. The books are, shouldn't be a surprise, far, far better.
Equilibrium had a book?
No, the Hunger Games.
Well, oh yeah, I knew that. But I thought that it sounded like
Equilibrium wasn't based on a comic or anything like that. Equilibrium is just Equilibrium.
Just a movie. Okay.
Yeah.
He said that was.
I do like the idea that that it's like they use CG for the stuff that they can't possibly recreate in live action, and then use live action for the stuff they can recreate. So that's a good way to use CG in a movie like this.
As opposed to being just
everything.
Yeah, everything.
Because initially David Hyde Pierce was going to actually reprise Abe in the second movie, Golden Army, but then he was like, "No, the actual actor did really good. Let's all just leave it there," and I believe him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we're back with Hellboy and Liz.
I'm so glad there's little to no porn of these two.
Gizmo.
What the fuck?
No, I mean that seriously because every time someone does it, it almost ruins like wholesome moments like this. They try to be like, "Oh, let's make a porn out of this scene." It's like, bro, come on, no. Happened with Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon. This one, I'm just glad it's almost completely untouched. The only kind of art I see of this is safe for work art, and it should stay that way.
Oh yeah, look at that. They're
Selma
also
Blair.
matching the on-set lighting to the things that they're doing with the CGI so that it meshes up correctly. Disney.
I don't know why you're calling them out. It's not like they listen to anybody.
I like that John. I like that John is actually trying to get to know his clients.
Who?
John Myers. Because he's actively working with
John. Yeah.
and it's interesting that even though that Hellboy is kind of more or the guy that could actually handle someone like Liz. And they do expand more on their relationship in the second movie. Which is a good thing. I would kind of hate it if like if like there was like a half-baked romance that they don't bother to try to expand on. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Looking at you, Damien and Raven.
So it's sexual assault.
Hashtag Demon 2.
Bro, stop. Please hand out like that. He doesn't want to see that either.
Oh wow.
Sonic is saying, "Hope you guys are enjoying Hellboy."
Yes.
Yes, we are. Fire, smoke, she is rising. Fire, oh, smoke on the horizon. Yeah. Fire.
So the director's cut of this movie adds 10 minutes of additional scenes in here.
Oh, so we're gonna be pretty out of sync then.
Yeah, but don't worry. Yeah, don't worry, I'll be trying to catch up.
Damn, bro, why you gotta be creepy sneaking into a girl's room like that? Personal space, ho.
In my dream.
Hashtag me too. Hashtag me too. Hashtag me too. Hashtag me too. Hashtag me
Oh, that
too.
is. Oh, this scene is very creepy. Yeah, and what was added to the scene earlier was a bit where John is researching on Liz. Jesus Christ, kids.
Hey,
Maybe
have you not
don't.
seen X-Men?
Clearly.
Yeah, kid, just stay there. Yeah, inch away, don't run.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
Burn, baby, burn. Burn the mother down.
Burn.
Yeah. Well, they did. Well, they all did. Here's some of that bacon, bruh.
Meow.
Those look like really good pancakes.
They do.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Manly
thousands of
men,
miles
men in
away.
tights. Wait a minute.
We'll get to that movie someday.
Now you a man.
I
You
want to
know what,
do.
Alex? I think from
I
now
want to
on
watch a
for
bunch of Robin Hood films all in one go. You know.
Be careful, you really don't want to watch all of them.
Oh,
you know
I'm
something.
aware.
I think from now on for I don't. So what are we doing April Fool's Day?
I
We're
didn't
recording
have
everything
anything in
backwards.
mind for April Fool's Day.
Oh, well, I got some.
All
We
right,
could talk
no.
backwards and record everything backwards, speak backwards.
No,
And,
I got a better idea.
She locked up duck
Since we saw The Room last year, I
Do the
think we
Disaster
could
Artist?
watch something even
Troll
better
2?
than yes.
Ooh, goody goody gumdrops. Yes,
better-
that's a good idea.
You better
Excuse
be
me.
talking
They're
about
eating
the horror
her,
movie.
and then they're going to eat me.
Oh, thank
Oh
God.
my
God. That was as far as
god.
that was as far as I got when I watched it with my film appreciation class.
Why?
Because as my teacher wanted to showcase a really bad movie.
At first I really thought you were gonna go for the troll movies that are out right now.
No.
Thank God.
And there was a brief extension to John and Liz's conversation in the scene earlier.
Hmm.
Just
Why are there so many typewriters in this? Whatever the hell this place is.
hey, see Injustice? Eh, This Hellboy has to rear his arm back properly, just to get at some
Momentum
momentum into a
going, yeah.
swing. Whereas
Yeah.
in the game, it's just like he's flailing it almost aimlessly.
Yeah, the thing
If you
with
don't,
the thing with an
you
arm
need
like that, like it's heavy, but you gotta like there's some wind up to it, even with as strong as Hellboy is.
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah, and the
Oh
thing
God.
is that if you want to know what exactly I'm talking about, go watch ABI's video on Injustice 2 in terms of its animation. And because NetherRealm animation has some questionable things going on.
On the last man's day.
So apparently Jeremy questions like why does Abe need that breathing apparatus even though
He's a
it's pretty.
fish.
Yeah, but he claims that he just does basically fine and
For
without it.
for a couple of seconds, sure. He's
Remind me
still
why,
a
dude.
fucking fish man.
Yeah, and he needs to keep himself moist in order to, have
Moist.
oxygen.
I think I see Jaws. Oh, I'm sorry, Bruce the shark.
I
No one calls
think
him
that
that.
came out around this time.
Dun.
Dun.
I'd put the gun down while I was looking through a bunch of books, you know?
Alex, for that one commission I had done for Davis and Kari from Digimon Adventure 2. It was like I actually since I was looking for like sleepwear or for the ladder, I was like, okay, what can you to my little sister I was like to my little sister, okay, what can you picture this you're wearing? And she just gave me an actual photo. I'm like, okay, thank you. So in case you're wondering for some of the stuff I have commissioned and whatnot for like some of the what ladies wear, or it's like now I just kind of try to consult, somebody who would actually know a thing or two about women's fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's also something that David Ayer did for or Suicide Squad 2016. That's why Harley Quinn wore like booty shorts because the the costume designer or pictured that would be something she'd wear or
Yeah,
based on the character's personality.
I can see that happening. Fucking tongue.
Because people mistakenly assume that a guy did the costume designs for or Suicide Squad 2016 when it was actually a woman.
Too bad we never really got to see what that gun does.
Oh God! Ah! I feel like working with this agency, it it could almost be the equivalent of working for the Scout Regiment in an Attack on Titan, just because the agents are woefully expendable. So Gizmo.
No. Okay, what?
So you remember? So I was telling Alex, like for that one commission had one bit of commission I had done for Davis and Kari. It's like for the latter, or I was actually consoling my little sister on what he would think that she would wear going to sleep. And I didn't really give her like any reference to like the character's personality, just like their appearance and whatnot. And the outfit you saw on her is what she came up with.
A nightgown.
Something like that. Every time he says, "Oh crap," I'm just like, he could say so much worse, but he just chooses to be somewhat.
It's another train. What is it with Hellboy and getting thrown around near trains?
Also, Jeremy criticized the fact that the phone just happened to start ringing after Hellboy it landed on that wall.
I mean, it's a payphone. They ring at random times. That's why they
Yeah,
don't have payphones
not only
anywhere
that,
anymore.
at the impact that Hellboy made on that wall could have damaged the ringing mechanism.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At least we know why the payphones aren't there anymore, because Hellboy keeps using them. As a battering ram. Ooh.
Funny how the PG-13 near bloodless as Hellboy movies end up being a lot more visceral and whatnot with the action than the 2019 R-rated and bloody mess that is the Hellboy 2019 movie.
Almost as if he lost an
Well,
eye.
David Arbor is not a bad casting choice, but I wouldn't have made him Hellboy. Like if I had to pick somebody to be Hellboy right now, he'd be like 5th or 6th or 7th on my list.
Yeah.
Like if Ron Perlman can't do it or won't do it anymore, or let me think here. I'm probably gonna be going for hang on. Yeah.
Kitties.
All right, get back in the box, boys.
Second date.
No tongue.
I love these quips.
Ooh,
Yeah,
man.
Hellboy is saying just having that ow response kind of I feel like that might have unintentionally inspired some of my writing for how
I like how the cat's
Superboy
looking at us like, what the fuck is going on?
like I feel like that's kind of what inspired or some of my writing when it came to writing Superboy registering pain. He's just like, ow. He just gives like a deadpan an ow.
Ah.
Kitty.
The tail.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, in the void of space.
It'd be like, oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why? Hi, Cronin. My guy, just shoot him. Oh god. The only reason I say mostly bloodless is just because, when people get stabbed.
It's not hard R, yeah.
Yeah. When people get stabbed in a movie like this, they just, oh, it's like
Yeah.
it's as though you're playing Assassin's Creed without blood turned on.
I.e. the
It's
European
very
version.
jarring. No. Actually, you could. There is an option you could actually turn off blood in Assassin's Creed.
Huh.
They're dead. Now we get this scene. Where John and Liz are just hanging out, and then suddenly.
Well, you know what would be a lot easier is if we just said, yeah. Yeah. Monsters exist. Just gonna hand out anti-monster guns to the local police force, There's the door.
Yeah, so there was a scene in the director's cut where John and Liz were chatting up in the taxi before they arrived.
Ah, okay.
Luckily, I've seen this director's cut enough times to, just fast forward past it. So don't worry, I'm trying to get caught up with you guys.
Gotcha. That
And now there's
chilly.
an added scene. And now there's an added scene of John and Liz explaining the rubber band therapy thing that she has going on. I love that.
Hellboy and I have the same taste in music, although I would like to think I've got a better way of sorting my CDs than just putting them in a stack on a shelf.
How do you feel about Selma Blair as Liz?
Oh, she's good. Red Bull gives you wings, although for Hellboy it gives him horns.
I wonder if the CG on that looked a little wonky. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of that whole thing with his upper and lower lip thing, it, it being removed and whatnot, kind of reminds me of how you guys have seen Void at Berserk, right? You know,
Yeah.
the guy with the exposed brain and whatnot. His
Ugh.
eyes are always his eyes are always stitched shut,
I
and
was
his lips
trying
are
not to
just
picture
like
that, but yeah.
it's like that is an appearance you do not forget, especially with that elderly sounding voice.
Mm-hmm.
There's additional scene of a guy trying to give Hellboy some food, but then and they find that he escaped. And Hellboy and there's also additional scenes of Hellboy just hanging out on the rooftop.
Okay.
He was asking like, "What are you two talking about?" Now, do you guys feel that this is maximum coping and or seething?
a little bit.
Don't worry, unlike Spider-Man, he actually makes the jump.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't resist the joke. My back. Oh, my back. Hello, small child. And then Broom finds out that Hellboy escaped, and he's just like, whatever. I don't need to worry about
Oh
this
no.
right now.
Oh. Oh no, Hellboy's outside. It could possibly blow this cover we have that barely even works and is a stupid idea in the first place.
Oh, Bluey.
I mean, we do see Hellboy basically make headlines and become famous on YouTube.
Hmm.
The second movie.
Mhm.
I
Shoulda.
I am thankful that we do not film any lower, so we
God,
don't get a
this
look
guy
at this
looks like
guy's
the
dingling
nemesis from Resident Evil.
more so than the remake.
Your reference.
Yeah.
Ow! Jesus Christ. Imagine getting hit by a rock that thrown by that guy. Jeez. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away.
Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice...
Professor Broom is about to get assassinated by a sneaky, sneaky, sneaky assassin. Rasputin just
Master!
Rasputin's like Darkseid. He could just be on your couch.
Master of puppets is pulling us strings, wasting your mind, smashing your dreams. Light on me, you can't see a thing.
Just call my name, it's all you scream.
And
Cthulhu.
somewhere we see Batman crawling out of a bunker that used to be Wayne Manor.
There he is, Anung Unrama. I wonder if the Major from Helsing and Rasputin would actually get along in some capacity.
I need to look up and see if there's a Hellboy Helsing crossover. There better be. Dear God, there better be. Cause, I just feel like a certain fuck-mothering vampire would get along quite well with our, red friend here.
He'd be like, oh, great, I'm working with vampires now.
Oh boy, I get to work with a demon.
You and I clearly don't have the same feeling about this.
Hi, my name's Alucard.
An extended scene of Professor Broom getting stabbed. Yeah, and this guy, I meant a lot to Hellboy. So Jeremy also criticizes the usage of the black umbrella at a funeral.
That's a
Why?
thing that happens at funerals.
It's a staple. It's something that happens at every funeral in
It's
the
a
US.
courtesy.
I've been to funerals where they've had rain. They handed out black umbrellas.
Yeah. I'm surprised John was actually considered to be a pallbearer or on this one. Just because, he's the new guy.
Music by Marco Beltrami.
Has he done anything notable?
The original Scream, Mimic by Guillermo del Toro, Scream 2, Halloween H20, The Crow Salvation, Scream 3, Dracula 2000, The Watcher, Resident Evil, which was a collaboration between him and Marilyn Manson, Blade 2, Terminator 3, iRobot, Alien vs. Predator, Triple X2, TMNT, the 2007 film. Oh wait, no, he didn't do the final film for that. He didn't do the final score for that. That was Klaus Badell, final score for that. The Invisible, 310 to Yuma, Live Free or Die Hard, Repo Man, The Hurt Locker, Jonah Hex, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Of Rasputin arriving at the military base in Moscow with the artifact.
Scream 4, The Woman in Black, Warm Bodies, Good Day to Die Hard, Snowpiercer, The Wolverine, World War Z, The Carrie remake.
He's been in quite a few movies I've actually seen.
Yeah. Hitman, Agent 47.
It's weird how the director's cut actually adds important scenes that are needed for various bits of context, and
yeah, well,
and it's like, why were these left out?
Sony editors are.
Yeah, I've seen Amazing Spider-Man 1 more than once.
Oh, he did the Logan score. Unfortunately, he also did Fantastic Four and Hitman Agent 47.
Oh, dear Lord.
Ford versus Ferrari. And a bunch of other films. Oh, he did Let There Be Carnage.
I love that.
Now, is it just me, or did the makeup in the Hellboy remake not look as good as it did in this film?
You're implying that it looked good to begin with.
Gizmo, what do you think?
Gimzo?
Gizmo, are you still here? I see him flashing. Gizmo!
Gizmo! Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. And Gizmo has been kidnapped by ninjas.
Ninjas!
Ninja.
I see.
Ninja.
We were both thinking of the same Mad TV skit. So yeah, Gizmo, what do you think about the makeup in the Hellboy remake versus the makeup in this film? Because I didn't like the makeup in the Hellboy remake as much as this one.
Also, the extended version,
also
the director's cut added a establishing shot out of the Moscow bit.
That's probably necessary.
I'm looking at, like I said, I'm looking at your thing and just fast forwarding to sync up.
Okay.
And an extended conversation of Jeffrey Tambor complaining about how cold it is. That was easy. Well, another thing thing to note about Hellboy's profession is that he is a paranormal investigator.
Yes, I quite liked that aspect of the comics where they'd every now and again they'd have stories where it was just kind of Ghostbusters-y, not Fate of the World-y, you know?
So essentially Hellboy is, in term, aside from, being able to kick ass and whatnot, is a detective in his own right.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
So it's not like I love this guy. He's not in it for long, but he is hilarious.
God, I'd love a fucking power bar right about now.
Wouldn't we all? How many of those agents do you think are just 2 days from retirement, Alex?
I'm betting all of them that we haven't heard the names of, and maybe a few that we have.
Well, I know. Well, based on the sequel, I know Tambor is going to survive this. He's like, what did I just say?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you said Doug Jones was the guy who played the Blue Fish Man?
Yeah, Abe Sapien.
Abe, yeah, Abe. Yeah.
He portrayed him. Yeah, he actually portrays him while David Hyde Pierce provides the voice in this movie, but in the second movie, Doug Jones is actually, speaking as Abe.
Yeah, Doug Jones, by the way, is known for a lot of roles like that. He's been in a bunch of films, but he was also in the Bye Bye Man as the Bye Bye Man, and he played Saru on Star Trek Discovery, aka STD.
Now the thing is like, as I said, in this movie,
he was in Batman Returns.
Initially in the sequel, David Hyde Pierce was gonna voice was gonna return to voice Abe, then and he was convinced that no, it's better if I don't voice him and Doug Jones just does the character, or both speaking and physical portrayal. And he said that
That's
based
a
on hearing the actual performance.
and that's a stand-up thing to say, by the way, because
Yes.
a lot of actors wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, no, Mr. Tambor, I'm afraid you're get your guy killed here.
You know what?
I was better off dead.
What was that? What was
You
that? We
should
would
go
have
back.
survived if we'd listened to me.
Yeah, you see what I mean there? Or it feels more like he was being dragged along by string rather than
Yeah.
Seriously, I can't help but chuckle every time he just says
His delivery
crap.
is perfect on that too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
See, look at that.
yeah. That was wire work there. They honestly they should have cut that shot.
Yes. Oh,
That's what you gotta ask.
What's wrong with you? What do you think? It's a fucking the thing we were fighting earlier.
Yeah, that's why I think it's funny that he's in here. He does not. He clearly does not belong. Yet he just works there.
yeah, I imagine he's kind of just the straight man in this situation.
Oh fuck, that's brutal. And imagine all that metal in your head like that.
Yeah, being taken on by a nigh indestructible stone gauntlet.
Oof.
Also, Jeremy criticized the fact that there's a rope that could save someone from a trap like that, even though it's intrinsically linked.
This is why I'm not into CinemaSins or any of that bullshit.
You some kind of frisbee golf champion in another life?
Oh man, it's like he's into Thrall.
Whee!
That freaks me out, man.
Finish him.
The dust.
It's interesting that they have an understanding like this. Never light a cigar like that. You got to use a match.
They'll treat him like shit, though.
Yeah, it's like they have an understanding, but it's but he's still not a big fan of them.
Yeah.
You'll be safe in there.
Sure.
He actually will. Shit. Oh, he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
I think we need a Flammenwerfer.
Hans, where is the Flammenwerfer?
Get the... Brother, get the flamer. The heavy flamer.
Pyro, get the Flammenwerfer. I should have been the She-Hulk.
Hi, I'm Hellboy. Basically, run.
And here comes Liz. She even burns the eggs.
Good.
That way he can't ever. That way he can't ever come back.
Scrambled. I take mines over easy. Wow, that's behind a skull.
Yep.
That ass.
Badass, though.
Listen, it's an evil ass, but it's a nice one.
Yes.
Oh.
Bro, those are grenades. Stop using your fucking hammer.
I think she's disabling the timer.
One bad move, she could accidentally crack a pin.
Yeah, see, when he's restrained like that, he can't get any momentum going. And on top of that,
Yeah.
those
No,
restraints,
his
not
arm
only
was
that,
restrained.
no, not only that, but also the fact that those chain that
They're enchanted.
which is holding him right now has his real name inscribed to it.
For fanboys to make cosplay out of, bitch.
Ow!
Ah, I felt that.
That would break his neck.
Forget your neck, man. That's gonna hurt your goddamn cheek. Imagine that thing shattered.
Yeah, it's this scene that I'm talking about.
Wish.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to go back for a couple more takes of that, Ron?
See, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. It's just initially
it's like they went
very.
It's like they went back and did another take after all the energy was gone. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of liked that last no when
Yeah, the last no was fine, but the earlier ones weren't.
Yeah.
I thought those were fine too. It was pretty much just like a matter of fact.
It was like
nah,
when it started, it was.
Gonna...
Oh.
Why'd you at me?
Oh,
he was
earlier?
Wondering where you were.
Yeah, no, I was just, I couldn't hear you, so.
Oh, you thought I was away? Okay.
John's somehow still conscious and alive.
He hid behind a rock, I guess. That works. Have they figured out who to get Hellboy up against in Death Battle? That's gotta be a tough one.
Oh god, the CG on that arm is still
What, the flame?
wonky.
Hellboy versus Hellgirl.
I thought about that. I don't. Does that? You think that works? I don't.
Man, the only reason I suggested it is because it was like I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine and about on how they were completely unrelated.
Hellgirl, though, what a random thing to pick.
Look, I mean, the Japanese name is Girl from Hell, but, you know, it is Hellgirl.
Got a bit of ring to it, yeah.
Yeah, in English.
So, I would think if they were gonna pit up Hellboy against someone, it's either got to be like a supernatural versus science kind of thing, or it's got to be someone who's similar to Hellboy in terms of origin.
What about the Major?
I was talking about Alucard from Hellsing because he's pretty similar to Hellboy.
Well, yeah, but what about the Major? From
Major is not a The Major is not a fighter in any
No, not
capacity.
against. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
The Major literally can't shoot worth a damn.
Yeah.
We saw his stormtrooper level aim.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
see the
police girl, but he's way too fast. She's way too fast and powerful now
Yeah.
at this point. What? Grab that ass first, you stupid ass.
he grabs that ass, he ruins the whole operation.
Hey, at least you'd be going down swinging. Throw the Rosario and then grab her ass. She's the bad guy anyway. What is she gonna do? Cause
God's on high in my prayer, and I need you have always been there.
Bitch.
I like that. Boom.
Cthulhu, the Cthulhu thing be like, no, not worth it.
Now get back to your Playgirl shoots for the Russians.
That
That sounded better in my head. That's sushi.
Oh god, if Seamus were here and we were
oh.
watching this, Seamus would be like, oh god, we're back with the Teen Titans tentacle things.
I think I see Zone somewhere in the
I
corner
was
there
gonna
watching.
say, hey, he had Starro inside of him.
She plants a kiss on him and then they die.
Oh, I love. I remember this part in the previews and trailers. Yeah, I think I see Zonton riding the thing. Hellboy versus John Constantine, maybe?
Constantine solos.
Yeah, Constantine unfortunately has actually, you know, I can't remember her everything because unfortunately I didn't read all of the Hellboy comics, but Constantine by nature of being in the DC universe winds up fucking up a lot of people.
Yeah. Because Constantine is literally that insane.
No, he just likes to gamble everything. Which by definition means he's insane, but
Mm, yummy.
he, he loves the red ones.
Ow. Oh, God.
Calamari.
And I thought it smelled bad on the outside.
Hey, look, a free meal. Hellboy versus Agent J. I don't know.
Agent J is not strong enough or capable enough to beat Hellboy, I don't think.
He's got the gadgets though. I'm just trying to think of ones that make sense somehow.
Oh, my God.
I heard you, Red. You said you'd bring me McDonald's.
I keep trying to tell you. Donald is shit.
Bitch, you
Like,
drink Bud Light.
yeah, that's actual good shit.
How the fact that anybody sees Bud Light is good shit.
He considers
I
it
don't
good shit.
Budweiser beer at all just smells awful. I had a summer job cleaning up a pool once, and people left cans that fucking everywhere.
Even when the controversy with like Dylan Mulvaney shit is like, oh, why are you endorsing her? It's like, I mean, have you seen their numbers? No
Bud
one's
Light
drinking
is,
their piss.
yeah, Bud Light is not what I'd call great, but then again, I don't drink beer, so I'm not a great.
I had
Mm.
beer. Funny enough, officially the very first one I had was like water, and that was Corona Miller. No, not Miller Light. It was like Corona something.
This is like if Rogue got together with somebody with completely impenetrable skin, you know?
Luke Cage.
Yeah, like Luke Cage or somebody like that, you know, cuz Hellboy's the only person she can't burn.
Literally. Kind of a romantic scene when you look at it.
Yeah.
So I give this like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd have to say so too.
0.5. It's Ron Perlman that carries it.
I honestly think the sequel is a tad better.
Yeah, I remember Golden Army being better.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like it's elevated from the fact that this is an original story that expands the universe.
Yeah, this could very
No,
well be like one of the Hellboy you just tie into the Hellboy comics, you know?
people really don't like the Golden Army. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't
And
know why either.
people
It just seems a bit ridiculous.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
so we will be back tomorrow
Oh yeah.
With Golden
with
Army, yeah.
yep.
Can't smile without you.
I love that song.
The German character, the fucking gas guy. I thought it was funny the way they introduced them. Slowly, like Hellboy realizes, oh shit, he's German. Nah, I don't like Germans. They make me nervous. Consider the fact that he was found during World War II.
Guys, I'm still here.
Oh shit. Oh, bah.
I thought that was funny.
He did. Nah, but
He's
he
not
obviously
dead.
ain't. Yeah, he obviously ain't dead. Captain Laserhawk.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Why does that look like a Blood Dragon sequel?
It does. We should really have
Ooh, a Blood Dragon race.
that would be cool. I was gonna say we should really have more comic book creators working as the visual consultants on stuff like this. Because
Consultant.
Yeah.
A consultant for
this
anything.
was
Yeah, this is kind of
100% comic
why
accurate.
I
Well,
even with some of the
90%
changes
comic
made
accurate, honestly.
to certain bits in the Thousand Year Blood War anime, I'm glad that they got Kubo on for it.
Yep.
Because it's all because I feel like it's always important to get the original creator of your material to be a consultant for it. And obviously Batman can't consult Bob Kane anymore because he's long dead.
Or Bill Finger. Or
Kevin Conroy.
yeah.
I think it'd be awesome to see Hellboy take on the Ring Girl.
Oh, that's a great idea. It's like my idea to
He just
have
straight up
Dante.
smack her.
It's like my idea. That's why it would be funny. That's like my idea to have Dante take on Freddy Krueger.
Man, imagine that as DLC boss. Like after a bender of like pizza and strawberry sundaes, he just decides to fall asleep, and then he's like following Freddy in like a boiler room, and you see it's not remake Freddy, it's not a random actor acting as Freddy. No, it's the original Freddy Krueger reprising his role.
God, that would have been so fucking cool as an idea for a Devil May Cry boss.
Swinging that sword around, pretty boy. Trying to compensate for something?
No, my dick is much bigger than this.
I like this kid. All my other victims don't know how to take a joke. My fault. They're
Joke?
dead.
Joke?
Gizmo. Oh, I had always pondered the idea of pitting Freddy Krueger against the likes of Asnot from Bleach, but here's the thing: Asnot would actually destroy him. Unironically so.
I guess because Asnot is as not stronger than he thinks he is. Kill me.
That was a huge stretch for a pun.
Kill me.
Anyway, Asnot is a Quincy and has the ability, and Quincy's by like
Also, he's
any
never had
other
pussy.
character. Quincy's like any other character from Bleach with their power set has the ability to erase ace the like attack on a soul level. Like he could just erase any like he could erase someone from existence and with his powers and whatnot.
Hmm.
Like I'd have to show you what the guy looks like, and I showed Alex what he looks like.
Ah, shit. I was gonna say Yusuke versus Hellboy. I don't. No, he's gonna body Hellboy.
We have to look into how strong Hellboy actually is.
He's not that strong. Like he's resilient and tough, but not like anime strong. He's not. He's not like other comic book superheroes.
Well, anyway, here is what Asnot looks like, Gizmo. Oh, I DM'd it to you.
Heart attack and Vine, easy come, easy go, red right hand. Breathe in, let's stay together, we'll meet again. I would have sworn that white room was in there.
That guy clearly needs a sandwich.
That's also a gag that we've reused from Cinema
Sandwich. He needs a whole pizza pie.
Well, anyway, that'll be it for tonight. Join us later today, actually, because it's midnight where I'm from.
Where do you live?
I told you. I'm East Coast.
Ubisoft?
Yeah, this is based on the Far Cry Blood Dragon game.
Oh, you know what?
Well, anyway.
That actually looks pretty good.
Well, anyway, I think we should go now.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, shit. I ended the video, sorry, the call, but not the stream.